right, please welcome Mairlyn Smith now. So we can talk a little bit about the tools we need in our kitchen. I have a feeling you're putting me to work here.
I am. The tools we need and not your husband. Okay, so here's the deal with knives is that you have to do a test drive. You wouldn't buy a car without driving it.
That's true.
And so you shouldn't buy a knife because it has to fit your hand.
Yeah.
So, and it has to be the light. It's called ergonomics, and it has to feel good.
Yeah.
And so don't just go buy a knife because somebody said they liked it, okay?
Right.
Go over to their house and ask if you can cut something. And then, you know, because try it out. Because my best friend has a really excellent knife, she thinks, at her cottage, and it hurts my wrist, it's so heavy.
Really?
But for her, she really likes it.
Yeah.
So
it's personal
that's,
preference.
It is personal preference.
How does it feel to you?
Okay, and yeah, and it's seriously, it's like, you know, it's like a date, okay? So you like, oh, I like you a lot, I think I'll marry you, okay? So, because your knife is a big investment, and seriously.
It can be. What are we talking about in terms of investment? And do you have to pay a lot of money for a good knife?
Well, you know what, I think you get what you pay for, and so this knife I bought about 30 years ago, and it has outlasted all of my marriages. So, you know, I think that you put...
That is good.
It is amazing. Yeah, so this has been... It's got a little divot in the top, actually. It fell on the floor once. It went, you know, and it's like, I'm not throwing that out. And this one my nephew melted on the stove, and I'm not throwing that out because it's a beautiful knife. So, you know what? You don't have to have perfect things.
No,
okay,
we all have our favorites.
Yeah, and you know what, go with a good name, you know, so Henkel, how many men is on the Henkel will tell you how good the knife is, also the price tag. So this is a Henkel, and these are Calphalon ones. So here's what you need in your pantry, or in your thing.
Just when we're talking about knives.
You need a steel.
What do you use that for?
For hitting people that bug you. It's for sharpening, and it really is, you know, kind of a skill, but, you know, don't have a dull knife. That's a really dumb thing to have. More people cut themselves with a dull knife than they do with a sharp one.
How often are you doing that?
I do mine like a couple of times a week because I like a really sharp knife.
Okay.
Okay, but a lot of people don't. All right, and then as far as the kinds of knives, you need a paring knife. That's for little tiny things that we're going to cut up. You need, now these three are all considered butcher knives, and this one is the one that I love. That's my favorite knife, but I have two Japanese kind of butcher knives. Are you going to tip them up?
Yeah.
I was really conscious of not touching anything today because
no,
apparently I hold it up in the air.
That's good
anyway,
of you.
okay,
here we go.
so and they're just for different sizes. This one I use for squash, and this one was just fun, and I really liked it, and I bought it. I didn't really need it because these two are actually interchangeable.
Okay, so for those people starting out, and you're just looking, you need a couple of those.
One butcher knife, one paring knife, and a serrated knife. And the serrated knife is for bread and for tomatoes. Okay, so we're gonna. There's a quiz.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to pick something and then pick the right knife to cut it with.
Well, I'm going to do that with that because you just said that.
Oh, well, did I? Oh my God, you were listening.
I totally listen. I listen.
Okay, so obviously it's for bread too. So you just give it a cut and see how easy it is compared to, it's much better, right?
Oh my gosh, it's like butter.
It's like butter.
Look at that.
All right, so now I want you to take an orange. And which knife do you think you'd use for the orange? Let's wipe that off.
I'm going to use this one.
Okay. That would be a really good one to use. I'm going to go with that one too. And we're going to do something about
Are you being
technique.
real? Is it right?
I'm totally right.
Okay.
But the way you hold the knife is extremely important.
Okay.
So you have to kind of grip it like you want to not stab somebody, but because down here it's loosey-goosey, right?
Yeah.
You want to hold it actually with your fingers kind of on the blade.
Okay.
All right, have a better grip than that. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, and you always want to have a flat surface. So if I'm cutting an orange, I want to have that flat surface so that I'm going to put it on the flat surface to cut, right? And then it would just be a matter. Now, the reason that this Japanese knife is apparently so much better is because of the grooves, and apparently it doesn't stick. But I've never noticed that. I don't know, maybe I'm just not cutting anything sticky, okay?
Okay.
So that would be that knife. So that's the lesson on that one. And then I think another really important thing to remember for knives is how to wash them.
Yes.
And this is really one of my things that makes me want to scream in the night, you know?
Okay.
I have a sad little life, don't I? Oh, they're washing their knives wrong. Anyway, don't
the right way.
Okay, well, don't put it in the sink. You'll cut your freaking hand off. You know, like, where? You know, like that's a bad thing. So this is what I do. I get it and I put the soap on it and I wash it under hot soapy water with a cloth, and I never put the handle in the water. And if I ever come to your house and your knives are in the dishwasher, I'm going to blow your kitchen
Okay.
up. Okay, so I have issues. Yeah, right. Anyway, no, but that I think, and that's why this one has lasted so long.
All
Had I
right.
taken better care of my husband's, maybe they would have lasted as long.
They would have
but
looked
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
You know?
But basically, don't put it in the washing machine, dishwasher. I'll never put it in the washing machine. That would just
Right.
be stupid. But don't put it in the dishwasher, and don't put it in the sink. Wash it under the hot, soapy water
Right.
running, and then wipe it dry.
If
and
I
put
wanted
it in the
to
block.
sit it in the sink and I had a big tumbler and I sat it like that in the tumbler and this never got any water on it, but this part was submerged in water, is that okay, or would you blow up my house?
No, I wouldn't blow your house up, but I
Yeah.
would not be pleased.
Okay,
Okay.
never
good,
mind.
okay,
Just
good.
do it the way she
do,
said, all
do
right?
it the way I said it, yeah. And
Lots
so-
more rules
oh.
coming up in this show. Stay with us. This is good to know because I think